Hi, so following on from my unboxing video of the Disney Store Solo Star Wars story Millenium Falcon, I thought this ship deserved a sort of another video because the first video was a bit rough and ready, and I didn't really know this toy that well, and I was exploring the features on camera and it's a bit unprofessional. So I thought I'd do another video where we sort of look at this ship in a little bit more detail, maybe compare it to some of the other sort of things I was talking about last time around, like the old action fleet figures and things like that. Anyway, so obviously you've seen the box in the other video, so I thought I'd just compare this to sort of an old vintage Boba Fett figure. You can get an idea of the size that way. So there's him with the vintage, well, here's the ship with a vintage Boba. So as you can see, it's very similar to sort of the Micro Machines Falcon from the 90s. We could open it up and turn it into a big massive playset. Those sort of dimensions really. As I said, I'm really out to pimp and shrill for this kind of this Falcon. It's much nicer than the Hasbro one, and I really want the world to discover this because there's not many videos for this Falcon out there, and this is so much nicer than the Hasbro one. Anyway, so let's just start up with the features, which you turn on this button here. So turn it to on. Okay, so the lights are powered by the buttons at the back here. There's the engine set. There's the laser going set. I never could see it, just the back engine is really nicely detailed. It's actually a proper sort of plastic grid over the top of the lights here, which I don't think is something we've even seen on some of the Hasbro sort of highly detailed Falcons like the Legacy one. It does make a lot of noise this, I'm going to turn it off for the moment. Okay, the other major feature is the landing gear on the bottom. But the angle probably seems a bit better. So you put it in like that. Okay, and to release it, push this round button here. There you go. It kind of sits down, there's springs inside, so it's almost like it's got suspension to it. You can also then, wait a minute, let's do it again so you can see it clearer. You can open up the boarding ramp there. There we go. Of course the cockpit opens up, and this comes with two figures, which are Lando and Han, as we see them in the new movie. Again, paint jobs aren't fantastic, and articulation is just the legs, that's all. The arms don't move or anything. Now I did mention action fleet figures, which were done in the 90s by Galoob in my last video. I dug some out to compare them to these. Right, this Stormtrooper is an action fleet figure from the 90s. As you can see, let's stand up. Will you stand up even? Got a fly in my hand, got a fly. These won't, will they? But as you can see, the action fleet figures are a lot smaller. Okay. Now I did wonder, it's actually a Han Solo figure. I'm trying to go figures that kind of would fit in with the Solo movie. What sort of scale this is in relation to these? You can actually sit these inside the cockpit. There you go. So I should really pull that as Chewie, but my Chewie action fleet figure buried with the action fleet Falcon. So you can sit inside. There you go. So those old 90s figures will fit inside this. I mean, as has been noted, I think by other people, this is very similar to an action fleet vehicle from the 1990s. Also, I did mention the scale of this is probably closer to the tiny Micro Machine figures from the 90s. Here is one. Here's one of Lando in the Skiff Guard disguise. Again, if you've seen the Solo movie, you'll see the reason why I've chosen this one, because this outfit does turn up in that movie. Spoilers ahead. Again, can't move these figures at all, but yeah, you can just about see it in the cockpit there. See, that would be the correct. If you think about it in the movie, when you see the actual character standing up in the sort of Millennium Falcon cockpit, they're generally about sort of, you know, their heads just about hit the roof there, don't they? So this is probably about the right size. And if you put him down there, a bit closer just for the sake of this. There you go, you can just sort of see, here goes the boarding ramp. That is about the right size in relation to the rest of this ship. A bit further there. So that's the cockpit. Also the gun turrets rotate on the top and on the bottom. You can elevate the cannons as well. There's just one barrel on these cannons because the Falcon doesn't have the sort of quad laser yet. The old radar dishes there, just sort of wobbles about and we swivel about as much like the old one does. I mean, I didn't really mention also last time, excuse me, the paint detail's quite nice. I mean, obviously this is meant to be a cleaner ship. This is very reminiscent to sort of, I think, a Ralph McQuarrie design. I don't think this bit is, but I know, I remember seeing a Ralph McQuarrie design where kind of the Falcon was the basic design, but a lot more cleaner and a lot more sort of, the angles were a lot more sort of pronounced. Yes, and quite nice, well, scruffy paintwork on the back here. As I mentioned in my previous sort of unboxing as well, I like how sort of slim the sort of Falcon is at the sides here, because most of the other toys they do are quite chunky. But as this doesn't open up or anything, it's quite slim around the sides here, which I really like, because it looks a lot more authentic. And of course, the big feature that we all knew was going to happen when we saw this new design of the Falcon, or old design as it is we knew at some point, as this is a prequel, it will have to lose this point at the front here. This ship is equipped to do that, and how you do it is you push this button here. See this third, one of the air vents on the back of the ship. There you go, it flies off, and this sort of little sort of docking port gets revealed here, which you can sort of push back inside the ship like so. And then you've got the actual escape capsule here from the front, which actually is quite nice in itself really. I mean, the boosters are really nicely done at the back there. If you look on the inside, they've actually not done this on the cheap, they've done lots of nice little moulding inside there and on the other side as well. This does remind me a lot of like a model kit almost really, the way this is detailed. There's a lot of detail here you wouldn't normally see on a toy version as such. The nearest thing I can also compare it to, it reminds me a little bit of those sort of ships that those Star Trek ships that Art Asylum and I think it's now Diamond Select do now. On the stands. This actually doesn't have a stand. That would be quite nice. This really, and it's got the landing gear, which sort of supports it off the ground. But it's got a stand as well. It would be quite nice actually. Really, I can imagine this sort of angled at weird flying sort of poses and that kind of thing. You know. So yeah. Also, and you're probably thinking, well, what can I use this with? This is kind of a ship unto itself. They have done some other ships similar to this at the Disney store. They've done like a sort of a Last Jedi pose X-Wing, the black one, Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer, and one of those sort of ski speeder things that they use at the end of the movie, which of course all from the Last Jedi. This of course is from an earlier period. I was thinking about sort of ships I had that might fit with this. I said the action fleet are a bit inconsistent because they're all sort of different sizes and whatnot, but you may remember about 2 years ago for Rogue One, we had these come out, these sort of ships, which were kind of like a budget line that were available in the UK. Aldi had them. I think they were available from Dollar Tree in the US. This is the TIE Striker. They did like a Falcon. I showed you in the previous view of this Falcon, the unboxing video. And there was an X-Wing as well, which I haven't got to hand at the moment. But I thought the TIE Striker would look quite nice with this really. You can sort of kind of see. They kind of look quite good together, really. Almost like sort of they're from the same toy range, almost. You know, so when you sort of set them up together, you know, something to sort of chase this Falcon. It's on the Kessel Run. Maybe use this. I know it's actually original TIE Fighter as you see in the movie, but yeah, this will do, won't it? So yeah, so there are things out there that you could sort of use, sort of to display this with. Great little setups and dioramas and whatnot. So here we go. Yeah, this. I can't recommend this enough. This is, I mainly sort of, as you know, look at older toys, vintage toys. I don't really sort of touch modern things that often. But this is, I'll make the exception for this because I'm just very, very unhappy with the current direction of Hasbro's product. I'm buying less and less by the day. I bought the new, well, it's been a few months, the resistance ski speeder the other day. I was really disappointed with it. You know, it's cheap plastics, very poor paint detail. You know, considering how fantastic Hasbro's toys were about 10 years ago, like the Legacy Falcon, the Legacy ATST, you know, the Turbo Tank, I mean, all fantastic things. And 10 years later, their product is abysmal. I mean, I might pick up their version of this Falcon at some point in the future, but only at a very, very reduced price. So, guys, get yourself to the Disney store, go to their website, and if you want to buy yourselves a solo Star Wars story Millenium Falcon, don't get the Hasbro Kessel Run Falcon for £100 or dollars. Don't get the sort of horrible sort of false link one that's about £30 or $30, whatever. Get this one from the Disney store, £32. Has all these fantastic features and just looks amazing. This is like the best model kit you could buy possibly, even, you know, and you don't have to even assemble it. You know, this is just that good. It's really, really nicely done. I cannot recommend this highly enough. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.